Hey
Hey,
guys,
yo, yo, yo.
welcome to F1 Banter Cruise YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss the very happening, the very interesting Australian Grand Prix from 2024 that has just happened. And oh my god, what a race! So tell me your
Yes.
first reactions. How do you feel about this?
I'm sad, but it is the best race for Formula One till today, for in last 2 years.
Okay.
Oh, definitely. I was just on my seat the whole time. There was something or the other happening in the entire race. There was not a single moment where either the cars getting out or there were some crashes, this, that, some random teams getting points. So it was not about Ferrari, but I'm talking about other teams. But uh, but yeah, it
Wow.
was very happening.
I was watching this race from a club, so all I could see was screen. I could not hear the commentary, but people around me who were interested in F1 were going crazy, especially on lap 3 when Max Verstappen rear brake gave up and it was in flames. Apparently, he claimed that the brake was stuck or it was never released after the start of the race,
Yes.
and by the time he reached the pit, it was gone. There was no break, I suppose. We all saw that video where it blows up when he enters the um,
Crazy.
Yeah, it
pit
was
lane.
on fire. It was on fire.
It was
Sad
on
day
fire. It
for
was
Red Bull, it
crazy.
seems. Very sad day for Red Bull.
Yeah, and that was the time when the game was on, and it could have been anyone's race. But Carlos Sainz, back from his appendicitis surgery, was the one to take the victory, followed by Charles Leclerc in second. So Ferrari 1-2. Woo!
Some good days for Ferrari.
It's a good day in a while, and I'm gonna
I
bask
mean, I
in this
mean,
glory for a.
the surprising fact that since Max got out of the race, I just felt that Perez could have performed
Yeah,
if the Red Bull's car is the real performer.
yeah,
I think Perez lost all the confidence or whatever they were modifications they did on the car. I think both the cars screwed up pretty bad.
yeah. So I think Red Bull's setup was not very much suited for this track, I suppose, because Max was
Yes.
also struggling in the practice and qualifying. Um, Learning from the last Grand Prix, Perez was able to keep with Max very much in Saudi Arabia, but if that was true, he would have passed at least the McLarens
Yeah.
on race pace, but that did not happen. So I feel Red Bull were not up to the mark, and maybe it would have been a close race if even if Max was in the race. That's my speculation.
Yeah, for a track like
I'm
Australia,
doubting that.
I think Ferraris have a better drivability because of their higher stability than Red Bull. Red Bull has a very strong DRS performance.
Mm-hmm.
It can go like a bullet, and if they have more DRS zones, faster track, then Red Bull kills the race. No doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Ferrari is doing much better than last year, this year, specifically on tracks with
Mm-hmm.
crazy turns.
Yeah. Another thing that people have noticed is a pattern that when Carlos Sainz wins a Grand Prix, George Russell crashes out either in the first lap or the last lap. The first time it happened was in Silverstone 2022. Yes. Um, and he crashed in the first lap. Last year, he crashed on the last lap at Singapore Grand Prix.
Singapore.
And this year, he crashes again on the last lap in
It's
a
crazy.
weird circumstance. He was chasing Alonso, and both were summoned by the stewards after the race. And Alonso claims that he had a problem with his gas pedal, so he was not able to accelerate properly. But people say that, I mean, experts are saying that he was trying to defend himself by slowing down, basically like a brake check, or making the dirty air from his car destabilize George's rear. Um, what do you guys think? What could have happened? Was Fernando playing a dirty game?
I don't know. I wouldn't say so. Like, first of all, let me start by saying that I don't think. Red Bulls had a problem with their car as bad as Perez did it. Because
Yeah.
if you look at the race, until the point Perez was chasing Alonso, he had a great race pace. Like we heard Mercedes saying that that car is going like a bullet, like it's a
Yeah.
rocket ship and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as soon as he overtook Alonso, I don't know what happened, but he was not able to chase down those 10 seconds gap between him and the McLarens.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like Sainz should be the one doing the second seat of Mercedes now. I think he should get if
Yes.
it's either that, it's either that or he will go into
Replace
Aston
Checo.
Martin's seat.
No, no, he's. I think he's going to replace Checo. But that's another discussion. We are going to shoot another video with our speculations of who is going
Yeah,
to which team, with
Yes.
more than half the
let's
grid
do that.
not having a job for the next year. So stay tuned for our predictions for the silly season 2024.
And yeah, so as far as the Alonso game goes, I think he was complaining to his race engineer during the last few laps itself. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was trying to do a dirty thing there.
Mm-hmm.
But God knows, like at least we only heard the radios and we are discussing this on basis of that radio.
Yeah.
But God knows if he was really doing it. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
really bad crash. Like that shouldn't have happened, I guess.
Yeah,
Yep.
George's radio when his car stopped in the center of the track was like red flag, red flag. He was frightened. There was fear in his voice that how dangerous that situation was, because it was a blind turn and any car would have just rammed into him, making the situation much, much worse
And
than
he
it.
was
Yep.
right in middle of the track,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
anywhere left or right side. It was damn
And he
in
was
mid.
I
he was sideways. He could not even
Yeah.
Yeah, do
uh
anything. I
yeah.
think there was Aston Martin's vehicle that went on the side of the track after his crash.
Yeah.
In the video, you can like see that. I'll just add it here somewhere.
Hmm.
Most likely it was Aston.
It was bad, too bad, I think.
Yeah, I mean
Mercedes
Hamilton's
have
engine failure
yeah.
and George's crash. So this year is not for Mercedes
Double
unless
Yeah,
DNF.
they
double DNF for
double
Mercedes.
DNF,
That is bad.
double DNF.
So this
Yes.
was the first reliability DNF after a long time. I think the last one was sometime in 2022, Australia
For Mercedes or for Red Bull?
for Red Bull.
The last DNF. Okay. If we are considering the whole team, I think Perez was the one who had a last DNF in 2022 season, I think. Yeah,
Based
he was the
on
one with
reliability.
the gearbox issue.
Huh.
But for Verstappen, I think the
I think this is the second
Australia
DNF.
was the last DNF he had.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same thing in Australian GP 2024 DNF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mercedes engine going up was surprising. For me,
Yeah,
I
I mean
always
I
believe that Mercedes have the best engines in terms of reliability, and that was a shocker yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, are they giving Hamilton the right car, or is Hamilton pushing the car in a wrong way, or what? I mean, I have no idea what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like it's going both ways in some way or another because of his announcement to go to Ferrari, and then them probably now potentially looking for a very reliable driver who will compete but also support Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And Russell had a good rapport with Hamilton so far for all
Yeah.
these years. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Probably Hamilton, if Hamilton gets above 50 points this year, I will be happy.
He's at
Yeah,
like 8 right now, I think.
yeah,
Yep.
Eight
I think
points.
he is at 8. Yeah,
Eight.
he's at 8
Three
points.
races, eight. Yep.
Yeah.
Tsunoda is near him, bro. That's saying something if Tsunoda is near Hamilton's points. But yeah,
Yeah.
good race for Racing Bulls, I guess.
Yeah, extremely
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
well
Very
done.
nice.
I was disappointed with like I don't know. By the end, I was sad that somehow I was still hoping that Daniel Ricciardo would still do something, but yeah, it's not happening. It seems.
The max, the max he can get this year is P11. I
Bro, that
can,
is bad.
I can vouch for that.
I don't know
Unless
what
everyone
happened.
crashes in the front.
I think he did he do a pit stop at the start of the race or something? Because he went from being 12th or 13th to last at the initial game itself, like in the initial few laps itself.
I think he came in. I think he came into the pits. I
Yeah,
vaguely remember.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel
but it's
bad, but
okay.
good race for Sonoda. So it's great.
Good race
Yes,
for
yes,
Tsunoda. Very crucial points. Now we
Yeah.
have only three teams who are at 0 points. Um, who is going to be the one? Is anyone going to end this season on zero? And
I
if it is
think
the
two.
case, who
I
is
Alpine.
have
it
two teams
going
who
to
would do
be?
that. I think Kick Sauber and
Alpine.
Alpine, both of them are gonna be very low. Like
Yes.
I'm okay. I'm gonna predict that both of them are not gonna go beyond double-digit points throughout the season, till the end of
Double
the season.
digit for Alpine? Oh, very
Like
good prediction.
No.
I was gonna do zero, but I feel that there is gonna be one race where one of them comes to 10th and just takes 1 point home.
Mhm. I
So
feel
then how is
Alpine will
that
end
double
the
digit?
season with 2 points.
Yeah. So I'm thinking both of those teams are not gonna cross 10 points
Uh-huh.
or not
Yeah,
even reach 10 points.
that's good. Yeah. Valatri and Zhao has to first clear the pit area. They have
Yeah,
to get through
another.
the pit area. Yes. After that, so there is this video that I'll add here where the socket or something from the wheel kept
Yeah,
falling out.
nut. They had a
Yeah,
nut.
the bigger socket or nut kept falling out. And it was a funny video that was there in the post-race show analysis where they showed, oh, it flew away. Oh, again flew away. It's like, I mean, hold the nut.
I think they did have one good stop for Bottas in yesterday's race. Uh, I think it was 3 second stop for Bottas. That was the only good stop they had throughout the whole
Yeah.
race.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
their team of
progress.
engineers or mechanics should learn to play Coco. I will add a video of Coco on the side, and if they play Coco well, then they will get the pit stops faster.
Oh my
Have they?
too
It
bad.
seems that they might have hired new people who do the pit stop. I'm not sure.
I think
You can't
the
watch a
problem with
pit stop
them is
every race.
like at least what I heard from the discussions for post race. I think the problem is that Kicksauber has done a new design for nut and the threads, and
Mm.
because of that, they are not able to get it into the groove of putting the nuts on time with proper. And the video which you guys are telling that the nut fall off and was going across the pit lane during
Yes,
Bottas's
they
stop.
were fined or
That
something for that.
yeah, the reason they all of them are carrying extra nuts right now is because they don't know if any one of them is gonna fail or not. So that's the problem they are having right now. They changed the nut design and they are still trying to learn it. So
This is Formula One. It's supposed to be the epitome
Yeah,
of
exactly.
motor racing, and they can't get how to make a good wheel nut. Let
crazy.
alone we will not blame them for bad aerodynamics, but at least get your
Nut
wheel
boards
bearing
right.
and nuts right.
Yes, that is horrible. Then
That's
second funny thing is Williams not having extra chassis.
Oh
oh my
yeah,
God. I feel for him, man.
Poor boy Sargent.
poor boy.
I think Logan Sargent. They think okay. If you ask me, they did a good gamble by giving Albon the car because that was the only possibility Albon Williams had any like at getting any points at all
Yeah,
for the race. But it was bad for Logan Sargent if it's happening to him.
yeah. When three cars at the end of the race, three cars were DNFing. Williams had a very good chance of getting at least 1 point. So
Yeah,
because
he was at
and three
10 or
cars
11, I think.
DNFing and no sergeant, so there were only 16 cars on the grid.
Yeah,
And I think Albon could have finished in top 10. It was the best chance probably Williams will have in next few races.
Albon was
Yeah,
not too far. I think he finished 11, right? 11th by the end. He
I
finished 11th. Yes, Albon
think
finished
so.
11th.
Yeah,
He was
I think
close
so.
to, I think he was very close to Kevin Magnussen by the end of it, like one
Yeah.
and a half second out, nothing more.
Haas getting double points.
Oh,
Yes,
crazy,
that
bro.
is crazy. That is
Hastelplan is
crazy.
playing.
Is
Hastelplan is
Hastaplan is is the change of their team principal working finally?
Yes, definitely.
I
It's
mean,
the
they're
best.
getting points in every race. That is something that Haas has not seen. Gene Haas is probably not picking up calls now because he's like, oh, at least you are getting points in every race. He's like, oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah. I
Too
think it
good.
was their first double points since sometime in 21 or 22. I have not seen them take double points last season at all.
Crazy good. Haas is doing amazingly good right now.
Yeah. And they're not getting DNFs. They are not crashing. They are
Yeah.
not getting DNFs, losing balance. No issue. They're just
More
like
so, they are
driving
not
straight.
trickling down. Yeah, more so, they are not trickling down the
Mm-hmm.
chain. Like
Midfield, yeah.
they're at
They're
least
sticking to their
being
position.
there or just going ahead from where they start the race.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing.
Unlike
With
Ricardo who trickles.
I know. I think
Ricardo is
he.
slowly retiring.
I think he should. I think he should now. I don't know. I have zero faith right now of him coming back or getting Red Bull.
Red Bull, I think Red Bull is far-fetched. He can still keep his seat, but Red
No,
Bull
I
is not
think
there for him now. I think Red Bull has closed.
I think Lawson has more. He has better chances of being at Racing Bulls than Daniel Ricciardo right now.
Mm-hmm. If Yuki goes to
Oh,
Red Bull,
yes.
yeah, if Yuki
He
goes to Red Bull,
even if he doesn't go to Red Bull,
Yeah, even if he doesn't.
even if they get Sainz or someone in or any other good driver in, I think the second seat for Racing Bull should be given to Liam Lawson. No doubt
Yeah,
about it.
definitely. Because he has the rigor and he has a focused mind on racing. Ricardo is now barbecuing, taking vacations in Australia, roaming around, doing comedy. Yeah, that's okay.
he's a
He
good
can be
PR
a
for.
good he can be
Media
a good
guy.
commenter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He can be a good media guy. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of commentary, guess who conducted post-race interviews?
Was it?
I was surprised to see Gunther Steiner hosting post-race
Oh,
Oh,
interviews.
yes.
And Charles completely, I mean, he something went wrong, and he's like he kept staring at Gunther for like 5 seconds after he had asked his question and then started answering.
oh my God, that is crazy.
So Gunther is back on the paddock in a different role. It's good to see him there. I think he will do a
Yes.
fun job
I
with
mean,
commentary.
it'll be so fun to see him and Ricardo side by side as interviewing. One as
Together.
a chief engineer who was a team principal and who was a driver in
Race
almost
driver.
all the
Yeah.
teams.
Mm-hmm.
Ricardo is Shaquille O'Neal of F1. He has switched teams like one team, two team, three team, four team, going back. Now out of. After that, out. Few times.
I think yeah,
Hmm.
it's bad. I don't know.
Any more points from the race?
I think
Uh,
McLaren did well.
Yes.
McLaren, great job.
PS3 is
Great job, McLaren.
home race. Yes, Londo again popping the champagne bottle with
Yes.
his trick,
No
hitting the
broken
bottom.
trophies this time.
Yes, no, nothing. Yes,
I think
everything went
McLaren,
well.
yeah, I think McLaren is really establishing themselves as the third fastest team right now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
definitely. I think there is gonna be this, like, if you ask me by the end of the season, it's gonna be between Red Bull and Ferrari. Then
Mm-hmm.
it's a fixed McLaren, and then it would be Aston
Mercedes.
Martin and Mercedes. They
Yeah,
both of them might fight.
yeah, yeah.
But
That's true.
McLaren third is pretty fixed right now. I
Yeah.
don't see them coming second though. I don't know why. But yeah,
but
If
I
the
feel
rules
like
of the house.
Aston might be above Merc because Hamilton is probably not going to get any that many points. But both the Aston drivers are kind of so one driver is a permanent employee, so other
Mm-hmm.
driver has to see his future. So
but I think
basically,
that's the reason I'm saying, because if you compare the drivers, Hamilton and Stroll should fit into the same box right now for the type of driving or the cases that are happening. And it would be between George Russell and Alonso who gets the more points between them.
yeah,
So and
but yeah.
I think
Phenomenal drive by Science after all the illness, all the sickness that he came
Hats
through.
off
hats off,
to
Hats off,
Carlos
hats
Sainz.
hats
off.
off. Crazy Ferrari day, long time crazy Ferrari win.
Yes,
Yeah.
P1, P2. and the fastest lap.
Fastest
Yeah,
lap. But yeah, Charles got the fastest lap.
Yep, that's a clean sweep.
too good.
In Charles's interview, he was like, "Hey, I'm not happy, but I'm
He
happy."
always
And
says that.
then,
He is
yeah,
happy only when he wins.
wins,
Yeah,
yes.
definitely.
But that's a true sign of an F1 driver. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
be happy for someone else, even if it's your teammate. If you are happy for
Everyone,
that sense, then
yeah.
you tend to go to
You
tend to
do.
become Ricardo. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for everyone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Too much shade on
Yes,
Ricardo today.
Yeah,
you're gonna get you're gonna get a lot of hate for that, but okay,
it's
I will
fine.
take that.
Who do you think will come sixth? Will it be Haas
Uh,
or
Close fight
Racing
between Haas
Bulls?
and
Who do you think
Racing
it would
Bulls.
be, Haas or Racing Bulls?
Close fight.
Close
Close
fight,
fight?
close fight.
Okay.
Yes, because Haas is trying to get points with both of their drivers. Racing
Correct.
Bull is trying with one driver, so it's just they have to be probably around the same area.
I think this pattern of unless and until drivers from top five teams don't retire, there is not going to be points for the bottom five teams. But
Mm-hmm.
as soon as one of them retires, that it will be the fight between the bottom five to get that 1 point. I think that
You know, as
that
an experiment, Liam Lawson should drive one of the Racing Bulls car
yeah.
in Silverstone, just
Mm.
as an experiment, and then you will see both the Racing Bulls car actually racing.
Do you think? Okay, I have this. Okay, I don't know, but I think I have this point in my head right now where I feel, and I don't. I'm. This is very big. Good. I'm taking a very big risk by saying this. That do you think Daniel Ricciardo could do better if he is given the Red Bull seat? Like,
But
do you think
why?
Red Bull is the car which is fitted to his driving style? Do you think that? It's
Oh,
it's definitely a thing that Perez is not fit for the Red Bull driving style right now. But do you think Ricardo is?
I will need to look at his exact driving style. If he likes a good front end, then he might do better in Red Bull than doing in Racing Bulls right now.
Yeah,
But I'm not aware.
I think that's the reason they're gonna look at the Silverstone records and everything, like the Silverstone testing and everything that's gonna happen. And now we
But
are
yeah,
also
this
moving to Asia, so Chinese and Japanese Grand Prix next.
Yes, next
yeah
is Japan.
Japan. Yep.
Wait,
But current standings are really very close. Max Verstappen at 51 points, Leclerc at 47, Perez 46, Sainz at 40, and then fifth is Oscar. Oscar doing 28 and Lando
ooh,
doing 27. Yeah.
nice.
Ooh. Also in constructors, there's only 3 point difference between Red Bull and Ferrari right now.
Yep, that's true.
But it's
I think
Yeah,
too
it's too
early to
early to
yeah,
call.
say.
I think after half the season, probably the predictions for constructors champion might come to a point.
Mm-hmm.
But
Unless
yeah,
McLaren pulls a 2023 flips their
yeah.
um, strategy and bring out a really good car.
yeah.
I'm ready for one upset this season. One upset.
For whom? I think this is a big upset. This is already a big upset, this
No.
race.
Something like um, McLaren beating Ferrari in last two races and claiming second,
A close
or,
competition.
or Mercedes or um, Mercedes beating McLaren and coming third. This type of upset.
Okay,
I hope something like this happens.
that will be great. But also this throughout the race, the one thing which became very obvious was I think Verstappen is a different ball game for like him and Red Bull car is a
Mm,
crazy combination.
mm,
Yep.
Like
That
if
is
he was
true.
because before his break, even so at the start of the race, by the end of first lap, he was 1.5 seconds ahead of uh, Carlos Sainz. But as soon as the second lap started, his brake got stuck and like that guy was still kicking 1.5 seconds in one lap. It's crazy fast. Like there is no competition for him and the Red Bull car right now.
Yeah.
That is
If
the ace competition, nothing
yeah,
else.
if our viewers have comments about why Verstappen and Red Bull is a good combination, or why Red Bull and Perez is not doing as good as Verstappen, please go to our Instagram page. We have a pinned post and has a lovely discussion about this very fact. And that those comments, some of them are quite heated up, and it's very interesting to read them. So go to our Instagram page, F1 Banter Crew, and check out our pinned post to know some opinions that people have on this topic.
Perfect.
You
So I think we are summing up the race of Carlos Sainz's beautiful drive, Max Verstappen getting out, Lewis getting out after that, then George getting out, and Haas doing a phenomenal drive. So for now, the Australian GP 2024 is done with P1, P2 going to Ferrari and P3 going to McLaren. So good days. But if you
Days
like the
lie ahead.
video, no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, good days lie ahead probably for McLaren and Ferrari fans.
goodness.
Yeah, can't say anything. But yeah, definitely not good days for Mercedes fans. But okay, if you like the video, please hit the like button, comment down below with your opinions, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again after the Japanese Grand Prix. Bye
You
Woo!
bye.
Bye bye.